Hey everybody, this is a clip from the latest episode of the Randi Rhodes Show. If you want the full episode, you can watch live on Free Speech TV, Dish Channel 9415.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
I am going to take care of everybody. I don't care if it costs me votes or not.
Are you going to make sure that people with preconditions are still covered?
Yes.
And there's going to be a period, if you repeal it and before you replace it, when millions of people could lose.
We're going to do it simultaneously. It'll be just fine. It's an unbelievably complex subject. Nobody knew that health care could be so complicated. The Republican Party will soon be known as the party of health care. I mean it 100%. I understand health care now, especially very well. A lot of people don't understand it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Oh, everybody. Thank God it's Friday, everybody. Thank God. Woo! Next week's going to be a doozy because next week we're going to get all these transcripts of all these interviews. We'll go over them later. But what I wanted to talk about was us today, because there's a lull. You know, like I said, you never know. It's Friday, what he'll do or say, but I think he's saving it all up for tonight. He's got some off the hook. He needs a rally. He needs love. He needs a rally. So he's going to Mississippi. Oh my God, he's going to Mississippi. The education numbers came out. Mississippi used to be dead last. Well, move over, Mississippi. Alabama's joining you right at the bottom. I mean, math, reading, basic skills, our education system sucks. It blows. Alabama is dead last in fourth grade reading and math. Mississippi is like the next word. It's such a mess. But I want to talk about us. I want to talk about what we are about, what we want to, elevate, what we want to get done. Because you can't do jack crap with him no matter what he says, okay? That was him. By the way, that mashup is over a period of 4 years. The very first clip you heard was 2015. The next was 2016. The one after that was 2017. The March ones were from 2018, and the last one was from 2019. The president has done nothing except remove subsidies for the least able to afford health care. I mean, this guy is a freaking genius, ain't he? He's a freaking genius.
This is why in a few moments I will sign an executive order taking the first steps to providing millions of Americans with Obamacare relief. It directs the Department of Health and Human Services, the Treasury, and the Department of Labor to take action to increase competition, increase choice, and increase access to lower-priced, high-quality health care options. Mm-hmm. So this is promoting health care. Millions and millions of people will be signing up for, and they're going to be very happy. This will be great health care. So congratulations to everybody.
See, I mean, tepid, right? Golf applause. Because nobody believed that was going to do anything. You know what that was? That was after he repealed the tax, the individual mandate tax for people who chose to go without and show up at hospitals where we all had to pay for the people who chose to go. We used to ask them to pay like $600 a year, right? And he said, oh, no, it's too burdensome. And now we're going to issue these bare bones policies again, the ones that cover absolutely nothing, that look good like a car in a parking lot. Looks good, looks fine, no dents, no nothing, no tires look full, you're going to kick them, everything's great. Until you need to drive it, and guess what? No motor. Whoops. So that's what that was there. Okay, so Elizabeth Warren came out with her Medicareforall plan that has been vetted, that has been numbered, that tells you how many don't have, how many bankruptcies occurred, who, is cutting their prescriptions in half, and what Medicareforall looks like and how she pays for it. So I thought this was very important because, I've said this a million times. My plan is a Blue Cross Blue Shield options plan. It's got a $6,000 deductible. Yeah. And it's $2,000 a month. So that's $24,000 a year I have to pay. And then I have to spend or use $6,000 worth of healthcare services before I get a nickel from the health insurance company, except for preventative care, like a well woman checkup or something like this, right? So you're talking to me about $30,000 a year. Now, that's extreme, I admit, because I went for a silver plan because, hey, I had cancer, right? But here's the real numbers for average costs. Average cost. Mine is probably, way more than you are familiar with spending. Probably a lot of you get your insurance from employers, which means that you're paying some premiums and they're paying some premiums. And wouldn't it be nice if that stopped so that you got the money back in your paycheck and they could pay the premiums into a Medicareforall system and pay a little bit less than they're paying now? Wouldn't that be something? So let's go over it, all right? The average family, I told you my crazy number, but the average family with 4 people in it that get employer-based health insurance, meaning they're only paying a portion of the premium, they're coming out of pocket $12,378. That's how much an average family personally spends if you get your health care through your employer. $12,000. Now, could you use a $12,000 raise? I think you could, but okay. Out-of-pocket costs and premiums. That's what it comes to for an average family of 4. $12,378. How many Americans are uninsured or, because of these stupid bare bones plans, underinsured? What does that mean? That means either you have health insurance that is bare bones, that is the car without the engine, looks good till you have to use it, or you have no health insurance whatsoever. 87 million Americans have either no health insurance or garbage. 37 million. Oh, by the way, that 87 million, you know what that comes out to? 1 in 2. 1 out of every 2 people either have a garbage policy or no insurance. That's just sad. 37 million American adults didn't fill a prescription last year. They didn't fill a prescription last year because of the cost of filling that prescription. 36 million people skipped a recommended test, a recommended treatment, or didn't show up for a follow-up appointment because of the cost. 40 million people didn't go to a doctor to check out some symptoms that they had because of the cost. And 57 million people had trouble covering their medical bills. The number one reason for bankruptcy in this country, the number one reason is healthcare costs. Between 2013 and 2016, the number one reason families went broke was still because of healthcare costs, even though 91.2% of Americans had some sort of health insurance in 2016. Now, it's gotten worse because he issued those bare bones policies that, honestly, you think you're okay, but you're not okay. I mean, when the bills come, they say, oh, we don't cover that, and we don't pay for this, and that test is not covered, and this prescription is out of net, or that doctor was out of, whatever it is, okay? So that's the lay of the land. Donald Trump promised we would have the best. It would be so cheap. He would get it to you. It was very easy. It was a simple thing. He was going to do it. Just like the infrastructure was so easy, he saved it for the second year. Well, now he's in the third year. Nothing's changed, right? And repeal and replace was going to be so easy. It was going to happen simultaneously. Nobody would fall through it. Never happened. And he still blames John McCain. Although that was like the 45th try. So we have some options here. Stay the way we are or change things. That's it. Those are your options. Either accept the fact that the number one cause of bankruptcy for American families is out-of-pocket health care costs, or change it.